Most people think AI is growing fast. They see ChatGPT everywhere, hear about new models every week, and assume we're in some kind of tech boom. But here's what they're missing. AI isn't just growing fast. It's accelerating at a rate that makes every previous technology revolution look like it was moving in slow motion. And the truly mind-bending part? Multiple exponential curves are compounding on top of each other simultaneously. This is exponential growth, the type of growth that breaks the human brain because we're simply not wired to understand it. Let me show you what exponential really means. Imagine a chessboard. You place 1 grain of rice on the first square, 2 on the second, 4 on the third, doubling each time. By the time you reach the 64th square, you'd need more rice than has been produced in all of human history. That's exponential growth, and it's exactly what's happening with AI right now. We're somewhere around square 30, where things still seem manageable, but the next few squares are going to break every assumption we have. In 2012, something changed. Before that year, AI followed Moore's law, doubling in power every 2 years. Steady, predictable, manageable. Then 2012 hit, and a breakthrough model called AlexNet kicked off the deep learning revolution. Suddenly, everything accelerated. Since 2012, the amount of compute used to train the largest AI models has been doubling every 3.4 months. Not years, months. If Moore's law had continued at its normal pace, we'd only see about 7 times more computing power over that same period. AI's growth rate is 7 times faster than the pace that defined the entire digital revolution. Think about what this means in practice. AlexNet in 2012 kicked off the revolution. Just 5 years later, DeepMind's AlphaZero, which mastered Go without any human knowledge, used 300,000 times more compute. And the acceleration kept going. Between 2018 and 2020, we went from models with a few 100 million parameters to GPT-3's 175 billion. That's over 1,000 times growth in just 2 years. But raw computing power is only the first exponential. The second one moves in the opposite direction. While we're throwing more compute at AI, we're simultaneously getting better at using less. This is the efficiency curve. Since 2012, the amount of compute needed to train a model to the same performance has been halving every 16 months. What took massive GPU clusters in 2012 can now be done on your laptop. It now takes 44 times less compute to match AlexNet's performance. Moore's law would only give us 11 times improvement. AI efficiency is improving 4 times faster than the hardware itself. Here's where this gets wild. In 2022, training a GPT-3 level model cost around $450,000. By 2030, that same performance will cost just $30. Not $30,000, $30. That's a 15,000 times cost reduction in 8 years. What's cutting edge today becomes trivially cheap tomorrow. The barrier to entry isn't lowering, it's evaporating. Now the third exponential, the one you can see in your daily life. Adoption. ChatGPT launched in November 2022. By January 2023, just 2 months later, it had 100 million monthly active users. Facebook took 4.5 years to hit that number. Instagram took 2.5 years. TikTok took 9 months. ChatGPT did it in 60 days. UBS analysts said they had never seen anything scale this fast in 20 years of tracking internet apps. But it didn't stop. By September 2025, ChatGPT reached 800 million weekly active users. That's 1 in 10 people on Earth using it every week. In less than 3 years, it went from zero to global infrastructure. And it's not just consumer apps. Over 73% of organizations worldwide are using or piloting AI in core business functions. The corporate world isn't experimenting anymore. It's rebuilding around it. Here's where these exponentials start feeding each other. More users generate more data. More data trains better models. Better models attract more users and justify more investment. More investment buys more compute. More compute enables better algorithms. Better algorithms improve efficiency. Better efficiency enables cheaper deployment. Cheaper deployment reaches more users. Round and round, each cycle faster than the last. OpenAI's revenue tripled annually since 2024, reaching $13 billion by mid-2025. The entire AI market was valued at $391 billion in 2025 and is projected to hit $1.81 trillion by 2030. This growth is faster than cloud computing, faster than mobile apps, faster than almost anything we've seen. And we're seeing something even stranger. AI is developing capabilities it wasn't trained for. These emergent abilities appear as systems get bigger. Models spontaneously learn mathematical reasoning, write code in new languages, solve problems in completely different domains. They just appear. Recent research found that the length of tasks AI can complete reliably has been doubling every 7 months for 6 years. If this continues, we'll see AI autonomously handling tasks that take humans days or weeks. The performance jumps are staggering. In 2022, the smallest model scoring 60% on a major knowledge test had 540 billion parameters. By 2024, Microsoft's Phi 3 Mini hit the same score with just 3.8 billion parameters. That's a 142-fold reduction in 2 years. Smaller, faster, cheaper, just as capable. On math problems, GPT-4 scored 64.5%. OpenAI's O3 hit 96.7%. That happened in less than 2 years. On coding, we've gone from barely functional to system scoring above 95%, writing production code developers actually use. The gap between the best model and the 10th best has shrunk from 12% to 5.4%. The top 2 models are separated by less than 1%. High-quality AI isn't limited to one lab anymore. It's happening everywhere, simultaneously, all pushing forward at once. So, what does this mean? Exponential growth has a deceptive quality. It looks manageable for a long time, then suddenly it isn't. We're in that phase now. AI seems impressive but not transformative to most people. A tool for emails, images, questions. Useful, not revolutionary. That perception is about to shatter. When computing power doubles every 3.4 months, efficiency doubles every 16 months, and adoption doubles constantly, you're not looking at steady progress. You're looking at a phase transition. The AI 5 years from now won't be a better version of today's AI. It will be to today's AI what today's AI is to a calculator. AI could add $15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030. That's more than China and India's output combined. This isn't a new industry. It's a force reshaping every industry. The U.S. services market alone represents $10 trillion. AI isn't taking a slice. It's expanding the entire pie. But here's what most people miss. Exponential growth doesn't respect barriers. It doesn't wait for regulations designed for linear progress. It doesn't pause for society to adapt. It just keeps doubling. And on an exponential curve, the change in the next period equals all the change before it. The researchers see this. The VCs funding it see it. The Fortune 500 companies rebuilding around it see it. But most people are thinking linearly, imagining next year's AI will be a bit better than this year's. That's like standing in 2005 with a BlackBerry trying to imagine the iPhone. It's not just better, it's different in kind. We're living through the fastest technological acceleration in human history. 3 exponential curves, each moving faster than anything historical, all compounding together. Computing power doubling every few months. Efficiency making yesterday's impossible into tomorrow's trivial. Adoption bringing hundreds of millions online in weeks. And this one is self-reinforcing. Every improvement in AI makes AI better at improving AI. We're climbing an exponential curve that's learning to climb faster. The question isn't whether AI transforms everything. The question is whether we recognize it while it's happening. Because right now, we're at the inflection point. We're on the part where the curve stops looking like a line and goes vertical. You know what exponential means now. You know AI isn't just improving, it's snowballing. Each gain building on the last. Each breakthrough enabling the next, faster and faster. And we're still early, still in the phase where doubling sounds impressive, but manageable. The next few doublings, those are going to change everything. If this changed how you see AI's growth, hit the like button and subscribe to stay ahead of what's coming next. Drop a comment telling me which exponential shocked you most. Thanks for watching.